Hi guys, sorry I haven't uploaded in so long. So I'm currently in a cottage in Suffolk in Grandsborough. We're going to be staying for 4 days. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do 2 wash loads. Either I'll try and be able to record the wash load, or I'll try and be able to record like a glimpse of it. So this washing machine is obviously supplied in a cottage. Whenever I go to cottages, I always make sure it has a washing machine. It also has a dryer, but that's in the shed. I try and record that as well. So this is a Whirpool WWDC 7440, 7 kilograms, A triple plus energy rating, 1400 RPM spin, 6 cents, and colours. Not sure what that means. Oh yeah, there's a program there that we'll talk about in a minute. Today we're going to go over it, and also I'll put it on a spin, as I did with the Logic in the other cottage I went to last year. I'm going to put it on a spin, 1400, to show you how it sounds. Now, it's obviously got carbon brushes, so it's quite loud compared to our Bosch at home. So, let's start. So, starting from the bottom, you've got a kick plate here for the pump, if you need to do drum clean. I did a test spin yesterday. Every time I go to a cottage, I always make sure on that same day I do a test spin on the washing machines. Now, I don't want to take this off because I'm not sure how, so I'm not going to take it off. That's the kick plate for the pump. Every single one of these appliances in here have the test day, and they've all passed. And they were all tested on the 19th of January 2026 this year. But yeah, anyway, so that's the kick plate. That's the kick plate for the pump. So moving on to the door now. I don't really like machines like this because it's mostly all plastic, how it works. There's no screen protector. So here's the handle. Here. You just pull it and it opens. Now, when I shut it, it looks like there's a huge gap. And no one can convince me that that's shut, but apparently it's shut. Anyway, so 7 kilogram drum. It looks quite small, but yeah, it apparently can hold 7 kilograms. This is how it sounds if you just listen. You can see that's how it sounds. So yeah, as you can see how the handle works. It's very squeaky. They've had this. Now, funnily actually, I came here in this exact cottage 2021. It had all the same appliances that they do now. So I'm not surprised if it does squeak. But yeah, I researched when this came out this morning, and I think it was 2017, 2018. And it was actually, the starting price of this was like £230, which is not too bad. But I'm not keen on brands like Whirlpool and Bosch and all that. I'm more of a Bosch fan, yeah. So that's how it works. There's the door lock mechanism there. So that's the door, and it just shuts like that. Yeah, so that's how it works. Right, so at the top of the washing machine, the left hand side, is the drawer, which is actually really small actually. Whirlpool, obviously. And the inside, which is very mouldy. I don't think they've ever cleaned this washing machine out, but yeah, anyway. I'm not going to take it out because I'm not going to take the drawer out, only because I'm a bit scared because it's really flimsy, and yeah, I want to leave it a bit. You can't see it in real life, but on the inside it is covered in mould in there. It's disgusting. Yeah, anyway, so you've got main wash, fabric softener and pre-wash. This is actually a really tiny drawer. Really tiny. I don't know if that's normal in budget brands like this, but yeah, I don't really like the layout of that. So this is the control panel. What I like about this washing machine is that it tells you how efficient each program is, which I really like. I'm not sure like if this is least efficient or if it's most efficient, or I'm not sure, but it has an icon there, and basically it's the eco monitor, which is what I like about this machine. I think it's quite advanced. So if we just turn it on, green green display. It looks like it's flashing in real life, but it's not, believe me. I think the camera just does that. So, right. Now, I'm not sure what these lights are. I think that's if you've got low water pressure, I think. I don't know what that is. I really don't know. I might have to research that. It's not a washer dryer. I know that. But yeah. Looks like it'd be a lint filter. But yeah, anyway. Let's just move on and I'll research it and I'll post like just a little like writing post or a screenshot post. Anyway, so this button here, colours 15. Now, that is actually a separate program. So basically, if I just deselect that, you can turn the dial to any program you want, anyone at all, and select colours 15, I think. If I'm right. Right. No, actually, colours 15. So no, so you have to choose your program on here. So like say if I was doing darks and I chose colours at 15. Well, no, actually, no, sorry, that'd be stupid because it's dark. Let's just say white colours, light colours, for example. If I do colours 15, that will just change it down to 15 degrees, and sometimes the time will vary, but you can do it on any program. You could try dark with colours 15, probably be a bit stupid, but yeah. Anyway, so intensive rinse. I don't think it's intensive wash. I think it's intensive rinse. You can't choose that on this program. Let me go to cottons. There you go. So I think it might be a pre-wash. No, sorry, pre-wash is over there, so it can't be. I think it's just a long rinse, maybe. Kind of like a pre-wash. I forgot to mention about the eco monitor, so if I just go through every program, the lights will change and everything. So yeah, so on this side now, that means it's unlocked, the door's unlocked, and that means if there's any repairs on the washing machine, you can do that. So now this one, if the program is running, you can cancel that. Either press it or press and hold it, and you can either cancel it or it will drain out the water and then unlock. And there's your start pause button there. And then, is this mix load? I can't tell if that's mix load. Yeah, it's mix load. Anyway, so moving on to the display. I'll just bring the tripod down a little bit. So this is mix load. You do 40. These buttons sometimes are really, I don't like these, like it doesn't really send the information sometimes. So you could do 40, 30, 20, 60 and 50. You can choose your dosing aid here. I think it's like kind of like the IDOS on the Bosch. That's your delay start up to 24 hours on here. Yeah, some machines go up to 19 hours. Then you got your options, so you got rapid wash, you can't do it on this program. You got pre-wash, which you can't do on the program either. And then you got your soil level, which I like. So if your clothes are really dirty, you choose that one. If they're not that dirty, which is lightly soiled, you could choose that one. If they're just normal, then I'll choose that one. I think I'm going to choose that one if I do washing this. And then here you got your spin speed. So 1400, 1000, 400, 0, or rinse hold. So you can't choose any options on mixed cottons. So you can do 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 95. And you can also do 80 and 70. You can have dosing aid, you can have rapid, and you can have pre-wash. Synthetics, you could do 40, 30, 20, 60 and 50. You can have your dosing aid. I don't know if you could do it on every program. I think so, except on like programs like Spin. I don't think you can, obviously. You can have rapid and you can have pre-wash. And then you got delicates, so you could do 40 degrees, 30, 20. Dosing aid you can do. You can't have rapid, but you can have a pre-wash. Wall and hand is what Whirpool calls it, but it's wall and hand wash in full terms. Then you have 40 degrees, 30 degrees, 20 degrees. I hate these buttons. Then dosing aid. You can't have a rapid and you can't do a pre-wash either. Jeans, 40, 30, 20, 60. I don't know you could do 60 on jeans. And 50. I like that you can have 50 on here. It's nice. It's like my old Siemens. I miss that washing machine. And dosing aid you can have. You can have a rapid and you can have a pre-wash. Spin, obviously, no options. You can't have dosing aid either, obviously. All you can do is select spin, or you could just have a drain cycle. And then rinse and spin. It's the same thing as a spin, just with another rinse. Can you have dosing aid? No, you can't, because it's just a violence. And then you got Eco Cotton. 4 hours. Bloody hell, 4 hours, can you believe it? So it's like Eco 40 to 60, but because this machine was made, well, before the Eco 40 to 60, which came out a few years ago, it was called Eco Cotton. But it's like, it's got it like this, Eco Cotton, and I think that means standard, Eco Cotton standard. I think that's what it's saying, I'm not sure. But anyway, so you could have a 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. I'm surprised you can't do a 90. Sorry, 95. This machine can actually go up to a 95 as well. Oops. Dosing aid you can have. You can't do rapid and you can't do pre-wash. It's just as it is. And then we've got Aqua Eco. So you can do 40, 30, 20. Dosing aid you can have. You can't have a rapid, you can't have a pre-wash, and then you've got speed 15, 30, 20. You can have dosing aid. I don't think you could choose any of these options. Rapid, and you can't have a pre-wash. You can't have any of them options. And the soil level will only be lightly. It's only for lightly soiled stuff, bearing in mind. And then you've got dark, you can have 40 degrees, 30 degrees, 20 degrees. 60, and you've got dosing aid, and then you can have a rapid and you can have a pre-wash, and then you've got light colours 40, 30, 20 and 60 and 50. Dosing aid you can have, I think I've just realised you can have on every programme. You can't have rapid, but you can have a pre-wash. And then the final programme, which is whites. So you 40, 30, 20, 60. Really? I thought you could have a 95. 50, 40. I'm sure you would be able to have a 95. I'm sure it said it somewhere. It said 95 somewhere. I'm sure it said it on whites. What was like colours? It's gone out of my mind now. I'm sure it said 95. Maybe I'm just lost the plot, but I tested it. I went through all the programs and it said it. So, one more thing. If I just turn the dial, so if I just turn it to the first program, it will come on. If I turn it just there, it won't say the time, but everything else will be displayed normal. So yeah, anyway, so if I just go through every program with the eco monitor, so mix is 2 lights, cottons is 4 lights, synthetics is 3 lights, delicates is 2 lights, wool and tan is 2 lights, jeans is 3 lights, spin is 2 lights, rinse and spin is 2 lights, eco cotton standard I think is 3 lights, aqua eco 2 lights, speed 15 2 lights, dark 3 lights, light colours 2 lights, and white 3 lights. So yeah, now I'm going to put it on a spin for you, just to do a little demonstration. Just before I start the spin, guys, I just want to show you what I mean. That apparently, that is shut. That won't go anymore. That's what I meant. That's the hugest gap, and I don't know how would it get water without leaking. I mean, it's crazy. And also, I've turned off the kitchen light for better lighting, so let's go. Right, so turn it to spin, and we're going to leave it as it is. 2 lights, obviously on the eco monitor. Right, and I think we can go now. So let's start. And that unlock light's gone on. It says 19 minutes, but it takes about 15 minutes with it spinning everything. It's quite loud as well. And I forgot to mention, you can hold down the soil level and the spin button to get the child lock on. To get the child lock on and off. So I think I just heard it in its first burst. That pump does not sound good. mind, I'm not sure what RPM that is at right now. It's either 400 or 600. So I'm not sure because I've never. In my family, we've never had a Whirpool appliance, so I'm not too sure what RPM that is. But I've seen videos on YouTube of Whirpool washing machines. Might be about 600 probably. And yes, the pump chugs the whole time. So now it does like a anti-crease for about 1 to 2 minutes, and then it starts back up again. It does this about 2 times, excluding the anti-crease at the end of the spin. Have you heard the motor like it doesn't sound like it's stable, but they've had this machine for years. When I mean they, I mean the owners of this cottage. If you can't hear the background noise, it's just the fridge. And at the time I'm at this cottage, I'm going to try and do all the appliances, probably even including the fridge and the freezer as well. Right, so starting back up again. So it does it for 2 minutes, the anti-freeze during the cycle. I think I know, that's obviously probably 300 RPM. that's probably either 1,000 or 1,200. Probably 1,000. I think that's 1,200 RPM. Was wrong, it only does it one time, the anti-freeze during the cycle, excluding the anti-freeze at the end. And that's the full speed, that's 1,400 RPM, it's quite loud. its final anti-crease now. It says 5 minutes, but I think it's only got like 2 minutes. But yeah, so that was really loud for me because sorry, I'm not used to carbon brushes anymore. Even though we had that old Siemens washing machine for about 16 years, before I was born even. So yeah, it was a robust machine, but the bearings just went. But yeah, that's basically what happened to it. And then we just got an Eco-Science Drive washing machine because that's mostly what they're like now. A few of them, except Bush. Bush, obviously. Some of Bush's washing machines are silent. Some of them aren't. But yeah, we just got obviously the Eco-Science Drive washing machine from Bosch, so we're just used to that. And bearing in mind, they both go at the same speed. This exact Whirpool, and my exact Bosch washing machine could both go to the same speed. Right, so as you can see, that's what it does when it's finished. Don't know if you saw that, yeah. It did like the timer did like a little dance, and it said 1 minute. So it skipped about 3 minutes. So it's about 15 minutes in, and it's not, the door lock mechanism isn't a clank, it's just a click, so you have to wait 1 minute, unfortunately. I don't like machines like that. But yeah, so that's basically the general gist of how a cotton spin would work. But yeah, I'll see what I'll do about the washing, see how I'll record it. I don't even know if I'll be able to at all, but we'll see. We'll see if I'll be able to get to do it. I'm going to record all the other appliances, like the dishwasher, the oven. But yeah, so just a few more seconds before it unlocks. It's either 1 or 2 minutes, but not sure. We'll see though. But yeah, there we go. Then the display just says end. So that's how this Whirpool washing machine WWDC 7440 works. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.